final. And you hear the fans, Robbie. They're saying Ruud.
6-3, 6-7, 6-7.
Well, hello, I'm James Anadakis, and today on the Changeover show, we've got an amazing group of panelists, as always. We're joined by Prim Sripatt, Esther Vergeer, and Jordan Carlos. But before we begin on today's show, let's catch up on what you might have missed from today.
Playing in the biggest matches of their career.
It is. The Wimbledon finalist is now a U.S. Open finalist.
Number one will play for the U.S. Open title. That is the first final of the 2022 U.S. Open.
Nearly got him over the head of Joe Salisbury.
Oh, look at Kulha. That's big. And there are the defending champions repeat.
So that's some of our finer moments from the day's play so far. We're going to delve into that in a few moments' time. But firstly, let's introduce our guests, starting, of course, with Esther Vergeer. Esther, a true legend, 470 matches, undefeated, 48 majors, over 10 years, those 470 matches. I have to ask you, when you were finally defeated on match 471, were you a little bit relieved?
Well, I wasn't defeated. I retired. So I retired and I never lost. So
It's the biggest flex we've ever had on the Changeover show. I love that. Welcome to the show. Prim, welcome back to the show. We were speaking earlier. You're our resident naughty kid for today's show. We haven't got Michelle, we've got you. Welcome back.
Thank you so much for having me. Good to see you guys.
And Jordan Carlos, you were trying to describe a moment ago this poster you've got in the back of your shot there, but I don't think you even knew what it was yourself.
I didn't even know what it was. It came from a vintage store. I am subject to hipster collectibles. So I'm sorry, I have a weakness for them.
Esther, welcome again to the show. The wheelchair women's doubles has got a sort of spicy subplot to it, hasn't it? De Groot and Van Koot obviously playing each other in the singles. They'll know each other well, but that's quite an interesting subplot there, I think, isn't it?
well, I saw they were playing singles today, and then you see that Dida de Groot is actually, the better player here, and then she's really dominating wheelchair tennis at this moment. Dida is just letting everybody know that she's the best player.
Yeah, it promises to be a great match. And so another match I've got a keen eye on is Caneda versus Alfie Hewitt. Obviously, Alfie Hewitt having had some success here before. We all know how good Caneda is. That promises to be a spicy final, doesn't it?
I think that's going to be fire. I talked to Caneda and he's feeling awesome, especially after Tokyo last year, Paralympic Games. He said, there's no pressure for me at all. And I've seen him play now, and I think he's better than ever. So probably Alfie Hewitt is going to have a hard one to beat that guy. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Jordan Carlos, I know obviously you're a comedian, but a keen tennis fan yourself.
Yes.
Looking ahead to the match, that a lot of people are getting very excited about Carlos Alcaraz and Francis Tiafoe. Is he potentially going to be able to get through, do you think, against Alcaraz?
Oh, yeah. I'm not sure Alcaraz, he hasn't slept, right? So I think this is Tiafoe's game to win. This is Tiafoe's match to win. Young Alcaraz went to like 2:50 in the morning, didn't he? And then you go home, you got to wind down. The guy's been up. But I do love watching Alcaraz play. It's great that he's just such a phenom, so speedy. So it'll be interesting to see him match up with Tiafoe. But I kind of maybe I'm being a little biased, but I like Tiafoe. He's an American, so I'm sorry I said it. But yeah, he's just a couple states over in Maryland, so this is really interesting.
Well, we've spoken quite a bit about Tiafoe versus Alcaraz. The obvious other match to talk about, the other semi-final, Khachanov versus Ruud, and Ruud has come through. It would be rude not to speak about him, Prim. He's beaten Khachanov, and his quest for world number one continues.
You're right, James. Well done. It would be absolutely rude to not mention this. But yes, I think it was such a fantastic match. I think the key heading into this was Ruud's return of serve, and particularly how he was going to be able to handle Khachanov's booming serve. He's been averaging 122 miles per hour this tournament. He's clocked 88 aces. But you know what? Ruud's somebody, He's been looking stronger and better as the tournament has progressed, and that's exactly what you want. We saw that against his 5-set win versus Tommy Paul, Mutit, then Matteo Berrettini in straight sets. He's moving so well. His forehand is as powerful as ever. And so here we are watching Ruud advance to his first U.S. Open finals. And you know what? He reached the finals of the French Open, didn't capitalize. He's going to have a really good opportunity this year at the U.S. Open.
Let's take things a little bit more seriously now. It's time for a game that I like to call They Said What? We're going to play a clip from Changeover after her win over Caroline Garcia, but we've bleeped out one word. It's your job to guess out what that word is. Focus, everybody. This is difficult. Let's take a look.
You finally got to meet Andy yesterday. Did he inspire your thing at all? Like, you really well today.
I was like surprised to see him like, whoa, he's there, you know? And I always wanted to be that fun player that he is. Also, what impressive is his I always wanted to be like that. I don't know, I was gonna ask him about the but then I forgot. But I think he gave me the touch somehow.
Whoa.
I mean, look, the producers are just like chuckling away in the background because they know they have set us up here. This is a family show, all right? So let's try and keep it clean, but we do encourage a little bit of naughtiness. Jordan, what was the missing word?
Twerk. Twerk was the missing word in there. You didn't describe what kind of family. Dysfunctional. You never said anything like that. But that's my take.
All right, Jordan's saying twerk. Esther, what do you think? Any thoughts on twerk?
There was just too many beeps. I would say dancing.
Dancing? Okay, we've got like a dancing theme here. Prim, take her home.
Well, everything that I want to say, I don't know if I can say it, but I'll just
say it.
Simple.
You know what? Just say it.
How about,
we can bleep it out.
Play? How about play?
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 We're going with play, we're going with twerk, we're going with dancing. I mean, who knows what it was? Let's find out.
Yeah.
Also, what impressive is his serve. I always wanted to serve like that. I don't know, I was going to ask him about the serve, but then I forgot. But I think he gave me the touch somehow.
I'm not sure we've ever been further away.
What I mean about touch?
Well, look, we're gonna move on with the show to the Match Insights with IBM Watson. But before we do that, obviously the point of Match Insights with IBM Watson is to make predictions. Now, Prim came up with a prediction earlier in the season. Let's take a look back. Are we going to have a New Times Men's Open champion here as well as a women's?
Anything is possible, but I'm going to say out. It's hard for me to bet against the 22-time Grand Slam champion Rafa Nadal.
So we now know that Prim's predictions are utter trash. So obviously we'll talk to you about this, Prim, but we're not going to take anything you say seriously from now on, and we've got the video evidence to back it up. Moving on.
Absolutely.
So, do you want to defend yourself there, Prim?
I got nothing to say. Listen, I called myself out yesterday. I said, listen, I picked the wrong Spaniard the other time. And so yesterday I said Frances Tiafoe was going to win the U.S. Open. And then today I'm saying Carlos Alcaraz is going to win. So you know what? It depends on what time. Yeah, you're going to ask me. I'm going to change.
All right, it is time now to look at the Match Insights with IBM Watson, the AI-powered fact sheets that get you up to speed on every singles match here at the US Open. And you can see that Watson's analysis gives Frances Tiafoe the slight edge over Carlos Alcaraz with a 52% chance to win. This figure comes from a comprehensive analysis that includes scores, statistics, and expert opinion. And as we take a look at the IBM Power Index, we can see that Tiafoe has risen all the way to #1, with Alcaraz coming in at #4. So that's IBM Watson's analysis. But if you want to have a go, check out usopen.org/match insights to share your own thoughts on the match. I mean, I'm not sure we should be doing this, but Prim, thoughts on that matchup? Who wins when it comes through?
I think the two biggest questions are, everyone's talked about it, is how much fuel is left in the tank for Carlos Alcaraz after those two grueling five-setters, both of which ended up being the latest finishes in U.S. Open history. That's obviously not easy to bounce back from. And then you also have Tiafoe. The question for him is, can he maintain that momentum after some crazy upsets over Rafa Nadal and Rublev? I'm just going to go with Tiafoe.
I hate seeing
you know what?
I
said
this,
Alcaraz 5 minutes ago, and now I'm going to go Tiafoe.
I hate seeing that.
I know.
Confidence is a fragile thing, and I feel like we shattered
it is. I don't want to choose. I think we are going to win, though, because it's going to be such a phenomenal match. That's the most important thing.
Nice.
Fans are going to walk away with such a good match.
Absolutely.
Either way, you're a winner with a comment like that.
Thank you.
Do you think Watson's got it right on this account? I mean, TFO has looked incredible, hasn't he? I mean, Alcaraz is a very, very tricky match for him, but if anyone can do it, Big Foe can.
I'm just hoping really that he'll take this momentum and this advantage, and that he'll use all the energy that is here for him now. It would be so great for him if he would win. So I go for TFO.
George, I already know what you're going to say.
Yes, and far be it from me to besmirch, the elegant code in the Watson, but I think the Watson is, statistically correct, and I think that young Alcaraz will get what he wants for his birthday. Maybe not now, just later. He should learn another thing at 19, which is patience. Okay, there you go.
Love it. Okay, well, of course, the men's semi-finals going on throughout the grounds today. We're looking forward to Tiafoe versus Alcaraz on Arthur Ashe Stadium this evening. That is all we have time for on today's show, but it's been wonderful. Our guests have been great, as always. Hopefully you've enjoyed it watching from wherever around the world you are tuning in. That's it for the Changeover show for this year, but we'll be back with something a bit special and a bit different over the course of the weekend. We'll see you then. Take care, everyone. Bye for now.